Hello everyone, my name is John Harrell. This is my persuasive speech for Calhoun Community College, Speech 107 class. Have you been considering getting a gaming system or maybe a desktop PC? Well, today's speech is going to be about why a PC is the right choice to make in that decision. So why should you trust me on this topic? Well, starting at a very young age, I began playing video games on an Xbox. And over the years, I've grown into using a PC, a desktop PC. Now, just to preview my three main points here. I'm going to discuss why a PC is better, starting with the fact that PCs offer way more options and utilities. And the second point is going to be about how PCs can be upgraded over time, just whenever you need to. And the third point is that consoles only operate at 30 frames per second, which is only half of what the human eye can really detect. So starting out with point number one is the fact that desktop PCs have like endless utilities. That means you can browse the web, render videos, edit videos, do audio, you can do photography, music creation, anything you want on a PC. Now, of course, gaming consoles can game just like a PC, and PCs can game, of course. But gaming consoles are basically limited to gaming and browsing the web. And of course, like I said, you can browse the web on a console, but it's very slow due to consoles' outdated hardware. Alright, so second point is the fact that PCs can be upgraded whenever you need to upgrade them. So over time, our tasks that we do every day become more and more important, or more and more intensive, sorry. And this means that over time, the hardware will become weaker as compared to the tasks that we require them to do. Now, consoles cannot be upgraded at all. You cannot add anything to them to make them faster or work harder or anything like that. But a desktop PC, you can add anything you want into it to make it faster, or just basically anything like that. So point number three is the fact that consoles only operate at 30 frames per second, which is half, less than half, of what the human eye is capable of detecting. Now, according to thecoldwire.com, the human eye can detect up to 60 frames per second, possibly even higher into the 100 to 200 frames per second range. This means that whenever you're using a console to play games, let's say, you're only going to be seeing half of the frames per second that the human eye can detect. This means also that there's going to be a lot more input lag whenever you're playing, like let's say the input lag between your controller and the console. At 30 frames per second, it takes a few milliseconds for the input to reach the console. But on a PC, because PCs run at a much higher frame rate, it's almost instantaneous between the movement of your mouse and the movement on the screen. So just as a conclusion, we talked about why, of course, a PC is better than a console. That's because, one, desktop PCs have endless utilities. Two, desktop PCs can be upgraded whenever you need to upgrade them. And three is because consoles, unlike PCs, only run at 30 frames per second, which is half of what a PC can do. Actually, PCs can do way more than that. So, just one thing to remember about this is that you can pretty much do anything on a PC, unlike a console. So if you ever need to do work, school, any of that, then a PC is 100% the way to go. Thank you.